Grand Rising to my indigenous gods and goddesses, my copper carbon creators. So just on responding to a comment as far as one of my sisters who I was trying to get some information to, and she kind of got it, but she don't get it, and she said she's going to pretty much stay on her biblical journey or what have you. And I pretty much informed her that it's too late for that because once you interact with me, I'm going to disturb your soul. I'm going to wake your soul up. My whole job and purpose, or at least one of them is to disturb demons, enlighten, empower, and inform my people. So once you interact with me, there's no turning back. There's only going forward. Now, I understand that a lot of us were caught up in this religion and the beliefs of it in the Bible and the scriptures and so forth and so on because your granny did it, your grandfather did it, you was raised in the church and so forth and so on, and you have ministers and evangelists in your family. Well, to unbeknownst to a lot of you all, I literally grew up in the church. I was going to church since I was a baby. I've seen spirits and all kind of different things. My father was a minister. My uncles were ministers. My aunties were evangelists. I could recite all the books in the Bible and everything. And I went to church and used to go to church as a teenager and through my young manhood. Also, when everything started happening and somehow or another I got involved in Islam and the nation and I started studying the Quran and things of that nature and started making salat. And salat is when you make prayer, which is pretty much 5 to 6 times a day. And I was reading my Bible and my Quran every time I made prayer and everything. And I was really all up into this. And the more and more I started reading and getting in depth with the books and what it was saying, then I come to realize that these are all man-made and that they're a form of to keep you looking outside of yourself or waiting until you die to experience some kind of heaven where everybody else on earth is experiencing heaven, the same people that created these books. Now, if you actually do your research, you can understand and understand and overstand who made these religions. Because I actually have some posted, I think it's either in my repost or it's in my in one of my duets or what have you, about who actually made all the religions. And you can just look that up on TikTok and it'll give you a whole picture of a whole bunch of white men all lined up in all the different sets of religions and different beliefs they created. And if you want to go a little bit further, it also goes in depth with as far as the Council of Nice and how it was commissioned by Constantine for them to write the Bible, and also how they actually was commissioned to write the Quran. Okay? And just like the Nation of Islam, they follow the Bible and the Quran. But yet and still, all of them people still waiting to die in order to see God. But if you really understand the Bible and the Quran, it tells you already in plain sight, literally in your face, that first you must seek the kingdom of God. And what does they say the kingdom of God is? It is within. So why is everybody constantly looking outside themselves? I'm not saying that the Bible doesn't have some scriptures that were not tampered with. But, like I'm trying to tell you, we're infinite eternal beings. We're not just this mere meat suit. We've always been and we always will be. We were before there were these books. Okay? All this stuff that was created is man-made and is designed to keep you uninformed and looking outside of yourself. It's called tricknology. And they're tricking you with words. Just like the English language is used for spell casting. We didn't speak words. We used telekinesis. We spoke to each other mentally, just like we spoke with the animals and the plants and everything else. You see, a lot of you guys are not doing the research. It's like you're stuck and you don't want to go any further. Just like in the movie The Matrix with Neo and Morpheus, and you want the red pill, you want the blue pill. You know what I'm saying? You take the blue pill, you go back into the Matrix, boom, you go and keep doing whatever you're doing and being a sheep and following their rules and regulations. You take the red pill, then you go down the rabbit hole. It's really that simple. Now, I understand a lot of you guys that's, you're afraid or you just stubborn or what have you, and that's fine and dandy. Do you. But the reality of it is that everything that's been hidden will come to light because we are in the age of Aquarius. So no matter what you believe or what you think, the truth will always prevail. And it's just that simple. And a lot of you guys are gonna be looking real kind of stupid and feeling some type of way that you didn't take heed when you were given the opportunity. I'm giving you the keys to salvation, and all you got to do is just take the key and unlock the door, and that's to lock the door to yourself and open up, because everything you need to know is already within you. How long and how many times are you guys going to continue to follow these man-made doctrines and continue to be tricked? I mean, it is really obvious. Just like even with Islam, a lot of these people, these so-called Muslims, it clearly states that the Arabs forced Islam on our people. It's putting documentation. I have some on my page and some of my reposts that states that they forced, and they was cutting off their heads if they didn't convert and take Islam as their religion. The same thing with the Crusades and Christianity. That's what the Crusades were about. They were killing people and forcing Christianity on them. The cross is sacrilegious. The cross represents death. The ankh represents life. I mean, it's right in you guys' face. I don't understand how you're not getting this information. It's either you turn a blind eye or blind ear to it because you don't want to see it, you don't want to hear it, and you don't want to believe it. That's fine. Do you. But the reality of it is that no matter what you do or don't do, because you're infinite eternal beings and you possess neuromelanin and carbon, and you have a soul which can never die, yes, this physical avatar will cease to exist when you use it up, if you don't take care of it. Now, that being said, the who you are, the essence of who you are, your soul, it doesn't die. It's just going to move on, and you're going to reincarnate back. And when you guys come back, hopefully, if you don't get it this time, when you come back, there will be a new earth. And it'll be back to where it was, when we were all connected and everything on this plane was organic, and we were all connected. The plants, the trees, the animals, the people, the fairies, the magic, and we communicated and we showed love and we took care of each other. And we were a family. And there were no inorganics here, no invaders, no subterranean dwellers, none of these people that sell none of this stuff. See, all this technology and stuff that they showing you all, if you really do the research and look at even on the pyramids, all this stuff is just a remake of stuff that we've already had. This technology they have is not as advanced as our previous civilizations. There's nothing new under this sun. Just like the moon is not organic to this existence. The moon is anti-photon energy. The moon works against you. The sun is the life-giving force. And there were two suns. They removed both suns. There was always daylight. It might be got a maybe evening time, but it never was dark. It was always daytime. You see? That's why we're like walking plants. All this other stuff, this transformation that we're living in, this existence, was created for them to exist. Now the planet is being terraformed and it's being changed. We didn't breathe oxygen. We breathed hydrogen. We were not this color. I mean, you got all these brothers and sisters out here with all this information, all this truth, and you guys are just not either listening, or you just don't really care, or you really love the slave masters and you really love this life. But no matter what, love it or like it, when you leave, you're going to come back and you're going to realize and recognize. Because once you wake up from this dream, because this is a dream, this is not reality. You think it's reality, just like you think you can die. You could never die. Real talk. Get at me. Deuces, one love. We're going to be all right. And they not like us. You got to love us, baby. Deuces.